San Diego's Save Our Heritage organization received an award for their documentary entitled 4 Decades of Historic Preservation in San Diego County. Save Our Heritage organization, also known as SOHO, marked its 40th anniversary in 2009 by producing an engaging documentary about the nonprofit group's history, which is virtually synonymous with the historic preservation movement in San Diego. The 65-minute program, distributed on DVD, serves to raise awareness of San Diego's heritage and acts as a catalyst to inspire others of all ages to become involved in saving San Diego County's historic resources. 4 Decades of Historic Preservation in San Diego County traces key preservation battles, some of which were fought multiple times. The documentary took almost a year to produce and cost just $3,000. It includes history-making interviews with SOHO's founder, Miles Parker, as well as leaders from all phases of SOHO's history. Others interviewed, including California preservation attorney Susan Brandt-Hawley, underscore the importance of CEQA, as well as integrity, perseverance, and even bravery on SOHO's part. Using new footage, archival films, and seldom-seen photos from SOHO member collections, along with the SOHO archives, the documentary portrays the story of San Diego preservation history. The documentary does not shy away from preservation losses, mistakes, or the period when SOHO might have been dissolved in defeat. These challenges are treated as lessons that have made SOHO stronger and more effective. The DVD has been distributed to members, libraries, local governmental agencies, chambers of commerce, and the San Diego Commission for Arts and Culture. It was written, edited, and narrated by San Diego filmmaker and SOHO board member Dan Soderberg. The University of California at Berkeley received the next award for the restoration of 2 campus landmarks, Sather Gate and Sather Tower. Sather Gate and Sather Tower on the UC Berkeley campus exemplify dignity, beauty, and history, and both are essential parts of the Beaux-Arts ensemble of buildings and landscapes that form the core of the campus. The 2 structures were originally funded with gifts from university benefactor Jane Crome Sather, widow of San Francisco banker Pater Sather, a trustee of the College of California, the private institution that gave the Berkeley campus site to the university. Both were designed by John Galen Howard, the supervising architect in charge of Berkeley campus planning and design, and a notable practitioner of both the Beaux-Arts and regional arts and crafts styles on the West Coast. Sather Gate was completed in 1910, and Sather Tower, also known as the Campanile, was built in 1914. Both are on the National Register of Historic Places. As each approached their centennials, it became clear they faced serious problems of deterioration. Instead of undertaking small, disjointed repair jobs that simply averted the inevitable need for extensive work, the campus decided to comprehensively address the challenges with both structures. At Sather Gate, it was possible to salvage, repair, and reuse virtually every bronze element and attach them to a completely hidden new stainless steel armature. At Sather Tower, the stone spire was cleaned, repaired, stabilized, and restored. The project successfully restored both iconic structures, and today the structures look largely as they did before the projects, but are much cleaner, sounder, and more secure. Both projects exemplify careful stewardship of state-owned historic resources and involve large and committed teams of university staff, contractors, and consultants to complete. The second individual to receive an award this year was Lorie Garcia. The city of Santa Clara named Lorie Garcia City Historian in 2004, an honorary title bestowed on her for 25 years of work dedicated to discovering, exposing, and preserving the city's history. In addition to digging into the past, her degree is in paleontology after all, she also carries the message, educating the community through lectures, walking tours, writings, public meetings, and publications. Ms. Garcia has held a number of appointed government positions and served on the boards of numerous community-based organizations, focusing her service on historic preservation. As an example of her talent at connecting disparate pieces of history into a cohesive pattern, she combined the history of a local village, Agnews, with a world-renowned event, the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and fire. When the state decided to sell the land of the former Agnews Development Center, Lorie led Santa Clara in fighting to preserve much of the historic core of the campus, which was designed by Leonard Stocking. Notable among her many achievements is her leadership of Santa Clara's 3-year sesquicentennial celebration, beginning with Santa Clara University's 150th anniversary in 2000 and culminating in the city's sesquicentennial in 2002. Ms. Garcia was the instigator, organizer, and closer on all of the projects for this 3-year tribute to Santa Clara's past. She planned the events, wrote the materials, lectured in every forum, co-authored every major publication, obtained the funding from numerous sources, including the city of Santa Clara, and participated in every event. Lorie Garcia is truly a maven, connecting people to projects, and projects to projects. The Charles Krug Winery undertook an ambitious project that received an award this year, the restoration and renovation of its 1872 Redwood Cellar and 1881 Carriage House. In May 2007, the Mondavi family began an extensive restoration and renovation of the 1872 Redwood Cellar and the 1881 Carriage House at the Charles Krug Winery outside St. Helena. Architectural Resources Group in San Francisco guided the project, which was carried out by Adams and Thornley as contractors. The majority of the restoration efforts focused on painstaking care of the exterior of the buildings to ensure they adhered to the original techniques and details. The buildings were also seismically retrofitted. Inside the Redwood Cellar, winemaking will continue in a similar fashion as Charles Krug did by using the main cellar floor for barrel aging. A single original redwood tank that was meticulously dismantled during the restoration has been restored for display in the cellar. The cellar now is a climate-controlled room used for barrel aging for Family Reserve and Limited Reserve Charles Krug Peter Mondavi family wines. The interior second floor of the Carriage House has become a spectacular entertainment facility, with the floor and ceiling produced from remilled redwood from the dismantled redwood fermentation tanks. As the oldest winery in the Napa Valley, the Krug Winery is valued both locally and statewide, and its historical significance is complemented by the stewardship shown by the Mondavi family and the care put into preserving and restoring these important buildings. The final Governor's Historic Preservation Award of 2010 went to California State Parks and the California State Railroad Museum Foundation for their restoration of the Sierra No. 3 locomotive. Sierra No. 3 locomotive, built in 1891, is one of only 4 locomotives built by the Rogers Locomotive Works still in operation. Having undergone a complete restoration, it has resumed its place at Railtown 1897 State Historic Park, a unique attraction in Jamestown, Tuolumne County, which combines industrial heritage, railroad history, and even Hollywood lore, as it has appeared in more than 100 movies and television shows. California State Parks, along with the State Railroad Museum Foundation, recognize the need to preserve Sierra No. 3, which is also known as the Movie Star locomotive. The Foundation committed to raising funds to restore the locomotive and undertook a major fundraising drive to raise the $1.5 million needed. The restoration process, which took almost 3 years to complete, made use of the Secretary of the Interior standards, retaining as much of the historic fabric as was possible. As the locomotive was restored, a new generation of workers learned skills that were almost lost but can henceforth be applied to preserve the legacy of steam engines. In addition, the restoration was substantially completed in the historic shops of Railtown 1897 State Historic Park, one of only 2 preserved steam-era short-line railroad roundhouse complexes in the nation. The public was able to watch the work in progress and was able to meet the people working on the restoration and ask questions, providing a rare interpretive opportunity. It is also expected that the restoration of this star will bring much-needed tourist revenue to Tuolumne County. The California Office of Historic Preservation extends a hearty congratulations to the winners of the 2010 Governor's Historic Preservation Awards. Collectively, they remind us that historic preservation is made up of more than the efforts of any one professional or economic group. In its finest form, and we believe the award winners embody this, preservation of our cultural resources carries with it the knowledge, the understanding, and the appreciation of all the things that make our state the quirky, beautiful, awe-inspiring, and endlessly fascinating place that it is.